Hey guys, I'm Farron, and welcome to Wasenshi Dojo. Today we're going to do a follow along with me for a stretching routine, and mainly for the side splits. Okay. So do what you need to do to get ready, and let's get started. Now, if you're already warmed up, that's perfect. If you're not warmed up, what I like to do is just put your hand on the side of the wall or somewhere, and let's just swing our legs. So let's say if I'm just going to swing my legs straight back and up like this. Nice, easy swing. Try not to stop your leg, just let it flow forward. Okay, 10 to 15 times. One arm, two arms. Okay, to the side. Now I'm already warmed up, so I'll usually do a little more than this. But backwards, sideways, and then just a little bit to the front. So, 1, 2. Again, it's not a fast kick. You're just swinging your leg. Nice. Give it a little tap. Okay. Other side. Stepping back and just throwing like a straight leg, swinging it up. Okay? Okay, here's the next little stretch, how you want to get started. Nice stances. Stances are always a good thing to warm up the legs, build a little endurance, and work on some flexibility. So I like to bend my knees and put my elbows right here and just press a little bit with my arms, pressing my knees out. Okay, so you feel a nice stretch in the groin. Okay, maybe go back and forth a little bit. Here's a yoga technique where you press on one knee and twist the spine. Okay, throw that shoulder down. Okay, just be really careful with this one if you're not warmed up in your back. Okay, a little longer. Now just sink into it a little bit as you just press just your weight into your knees. Sink down. Let your bottom drop. Let your body just drop into it. See if you can go any further. Okay. Come back up, maybe one more time. All right. Next, we're going to go into frog. All right. It's nice to be on a yoga mat. Okay, starting with your hands just straight. You're just going to simply just sit right into that frog. Okay, my feet are just nice and just straight down. Yeah, just like this. Okay. Nice little. Whoops. I swept the leg of the camera. All right. You can hold this for about a minute or so, and then you go out on your knees. Okay. You can kind of start to press back into those feet with the elbows, just kind of pressing. I like to have something on my feet. My sensitive little toes. All right. And then if you feel like it, you can just kind of widen those knees just a little bit. I hope you could hear that 80s guitar that I got playing in the background there. It's extraordinary, isn't it? All right. Go up on your hands, press back into the feet, down into the groin just a little further. If there's ever any pain, you just immediately stop If it's very uncomfortable, you back off and just go back to where it's just maybe slightly uncomfortable. No hurting yourselves, not allowed. Okay. And then sometimes I like to go a little bit to one side with my body, and then just nice and easy, both sides. But if this is new to you, just stay right in the center. Okay. And then I like to just crawl forward, keeping my knees and my feet kind of the same. And then maybe my front of my hips kind of touch the ground. And then go back into it. And then up on your hands. You can really just make this however you want for yourself. It's just something to build off of. Okay, go forward again. Okay. All right, let's go over to the next stance. Turn over into forward lunge. Okay. All right, this is just a basic forward lunge like you'd have in yoga pose. Foot is flat. Okay. I'm gonna start. Keep this front knee tight and pulled in. Okay. Pressing this hip left for this is my left hip. Press that towards the floor. And if this is new to you as well, just stop right here. Have your nice upright posture. Take your if this is not new to you, go ahead and get some tension into that back glute. Not really tension, but just firm up the back glute to press that hip forward and stabilize the hips. It gives you a little extra push, a little extra stretch in that hip. Okay, back off of this. Bring that heel, let's say that's right foot in this case, my right foot forward onto the heel. And just lean forward, pulling those toes back. This is a really yummy one. It's not very nice for some people. This is one of my least favorite stretches of all time. And I'll tell you why. Because it's painful. It's always been painful back in those hamstrings. All right, and I work on them a lot. And they've gotten better, okay? Now let's stay the same side here. Lift that back knee up into. I like to take this right elbow and just place it right on the ground. If this is advanced, if you're advanced, this is both elbows right in the ground, right in front of that right foot, right to the left of it. If this is not new, just place both hands here, okay, right inside that foot. And just stay right there for just another 10-15 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna head back down here. Okay. This takes time. It takes a lot of practice. All right. I like to hug this right knee. For some reason, it just feels good. All right, let's switch legs, step forward, maybe a little forward fold. Step that right foot back this time. Okay. Come back to upright position. You can't see my face. There I am. Okay. Make sure this front left knee is just not hanging out, being lazy. Make sure it's just nice and straight, or even a little bit of a inward push towards the center line. Okay, pressing that hip towards the forward direction. Okay. Keep it a nice upright position. You don't want that too much pelvic tilt. Okay, you don't want that big arching back here like a lot of people do, where they're doing Instagram photos and they're way up here and there's a big concave arch. Let's see if I can do this here. So you don't need to be hunched over, but nice, strong posture, straight lower back, okay? And then if you've done this before and it feels comfortable, tighten that right glute, okay? Stabilize the hips and give yourself a little extra stretch right in the front hip flexor there. and then lean forward. Okay, and then relax that glute and just sink into it just a little bit. Remember to breathe. Nice deep breaths. Okay, let's come out of it. Okay, same thing as the other side. If this is comfortable with just your hands flat right here, then just stay, and then go bring that right knee off the ground there. Okay, just stay right here if this is good for you. If not, I'm gonna take those elbows and reach it down. Feeling a little extra stiff today, so it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I can push it a little bit without it being too much. Breathe. How you guys doing out there? Keep going. We're almost getting to the fun part. And fun being actually fun, not terrible. The Shavasana part, the resting part, coming up soon. All right, where are we? So take that back knee down. Take these toes right back towards your face. Okay. Sink into that left knee just a little bit. Get a nice stretch in the hamstring. Pull these toes back just a little bit. Feel it through that upper gastrocnemius, the calf muscle here. All right, and you can just bow that head down and forward. Get a nice stretch through your whole back up to your back of your head. Okay, and it's also nice to press that midsection forward like this and have kind of more of a straight back, but it's also nice to just cave forward and get a nice stretch through your whole back. You want to do both of those. And that goes with a lot of different stretching in yoga poses. Let's say if we're right here, okay, it's nice to just, lean forward with the belly button and the solar plexus here, have a nice straight back, okay? You need to do that as well, but it's also nice just to, round the back on purpose, round the back and lean forward and tuck the head. Okay, it's good to do both. Get a nice stretch through the nerves and the fascia of your whole body. All right, I'm gonna take this off because one side's way longer and I have OCD about it. So this can just go. Hup. All right. I think you really see Billy Idol there. All right, right there. All right. What's next? Let's do our quads, and then we'll do our hip flexor, or our hips and our glutes, and then we'll head to the wall. So I'm just simply taking my foot back and just a normal little quad stretch here. What I'm going to do, I'm back on my elbow back here, and I'm just going to kind of take this hip and just press it that way. Just lift it. Okay, I'm going to lean back just a little bit. You can take this hand off to the side or just have it on my foot back here. And keep breathing. I hope that music isn't too loud, but that's alright. This is pretty quiet of a song. Alright. Not doing too much emphasis on quads today. So, other side. Yeah, now you can see it. Back on that elbow. Okay. If this is enough, then stay right here. Otherwise, it's real subtle. Put this hip right here and just kind of lift your hip towards the sky, towards the ceiling, and just sink back just a little bit. And it gives you that real nice extra yumminess in the muscles, yumminess in the thighs. And that's all for that today. All right, let's do some pigeon, and then we're gonna head, actually we're not gonna head to the wall yet. We're gonna make this an extended version of the side splits. I should probably tell you that I've been doing stretching like this for about 25 years through martial arts and yoga, and yeah, mainly those things. Just exercise in general, weightlifting when I was in high school. We did all kinds of stretches. All right, let's go into pigeon. So if you're new to pigeon, let me see if I can get straight on here. So if you're just sitting on your hands and knees, bring one knee forward, take that foot off to the side, and okay, and you're just gonna push that knee into the ground, nice and gentle, okay. And this buttocks, this is my right leg, my right side. It's not gonna hit the ground, but it's gonna be floating just a little bit. All right, if this is new to you, just stay right here, come down to the elbows. If you have hip sensitivities, you can place a little yoga block or just a little pillow right back there under that hip. Sit right down on that, okay? Or you can just sit back on that hip right here, and I like to push my elbow right inside that knee, protects the knee, okay? Keep this foot nice and it doesn't have to be fully flexed, just flex it a little bit to keep the knee protected, okay? And then you can lean forward into it. You can lift this hand forward, and then ultimately you want to be here, hands here, or even down with your forehead down. All right, so those are all the different positions. I like to come up on my hands. So I come up on the hands for just a few breaths. Keep breathing. I see you. I see you. Keep going. We're almost there. We've got some fun stuff coming up next. I want to show you a fun little trick, little Van Damme trick to get you ready for doing splits between chairs, which I used to be able to do, but I can't do it anymore. I'm working towards that again. And I should have started the video out saying stretching in your 40s, because I'm 41 now. So stretching in your 40s and how to do it properly. This is just a basic run through. This isn't like, be careful of this and be careful of that, because I do a little bit of that, but all right. Yeah, there's a lot of different nuanced things with the pigeon, but I'll just stop there. So switch to the other side. Okay. So if you saw I did that, just place the knee, bring the foot right there, and lean forward right over top the shin or the calf muscle there. Okay. Going to the elbows first. That foot is just straight back. Okay. Well, this isn't a how-to video on pigeons, so look up pigeon if you need to. Okay. Place that pillow there if you need to. Elbows, and then hands. Remember to breathe. Feel the nice stretch in that left glute muscle. Okay. I like to come back up to my hands and just kind of press my belly button forward towards the ground, get an extra, more of a posture, straight posture stretch. And then again, rounding the spine again. Leaning into it. There's all kinds of breath control and breath techniques, I should say. Just like holding the breath while you stretch with some isometrics, and then release the breath as you sink into it. I probably should have vacuumed these mats today. Didn't know I was going to do a video, but here we are. It's my new thing. Eyes, see you. Let's do this. All right. And sitting on our butts. If you want to do a quick little, just not fully cross-legged, but like one in front of the other, little forward fold over the feet. This is just a real quick. I usually like to stay here longer, but it's gonna be a 800-minute video if I keep going. All right, stay there. Don't go anywhere. Let's just start with a block. Well, we're just gonna use a block today. We don't need to use anything else. Take a regular yoga block. It could be anything. It could be yoga block, anything. It could be a couple books. It could be a rolled up yoga mat. It could be we have a little chair here, a little these little bolsters and whatnot. But okay, so you got to see there. Okay, I'm going to take my left leg, place it right on that left foot, right on that block. Okay, be very careful here, go nice and slow. So you can see, hands are down. I'm going to change the music real quick. Okay, just come off that block. Okay, place that left foot, that left ankle, the whole bottom of the foot, left ankle on that, okay, on that block, and the knee here, hands down in front. Okay, I want you to start with your hip and your knee pretty much in a straight line. Okay, if this is nothing, if you're really used to stretching, just a little off center, okay? So this will be straight down, and my knee's just a little off center here. Okay, and I want you to come up with your hands on your hips, and just stay right here. Again, be real careful. If that's too much, just stay right down here. Okay, actually if this is new to you, just stay right here with your hands on the ground. Okay, and this is just the very beginning of this. Okay, I'm just gonna push it a little further here. Okay, so I'm in one line here, as opposed to I'm gonna sit back on that back heel. So this is another position. I'm just sitting back on this back foot here. And now I'm back up. And I'm also gonna stand straight up. So I'm all in one line, like I'm in two panes. This is all one line. My foot is just back there. Okay. See my foot back here? All right. You might even be shaking right now. Then let's come down. Okay. If you're shaking, that's just enough. You can bring the knee in just a little closer. Now what I want you to do is what's called isometric stretching. But I want you to imagine that you're gonna keep your legs straight, and I want you to bring, like I'm gonna pull that block towards the center line. So it's like I'm gonna, see that, like that, but keeping my legs straight. So you're just basically like you're pressing your foot down into the ground also. Like it's just, like I'm closing my gap here. So I'm just tightening the groin and the inner leg muscles, inner thighs and inner leg muscles. Just a very little bit, just tighten, hold it for like 5 seconds, 7 seconds, and that's it, okay? I'm usually not on the mat like this, so it's not really sliding, but let's just do this here, okay? Okay, just sit back on that foot, maybe you can go back up. And you can come off this block and go back on as much as you need. This is just giving you a foundation of techniques here, and then you can start just playing with it. Whatever works for you, okay? Like when I started doing this, I just started with one thing, and then now I'm forward, I'm back, I'm kind of leaning towards my foot here. You know, you gotta be careful with the inside of this knee. If you feel anything on this inside of the knee, you stop immediately. Until you've done it enough where it's like, there might be a little, like for me, it's a little uncomfortable because I'm, you know, again, this is, you get into your 40s and you've done this for decades, and you're gonna have joints and little areas where they're gonna be sensitive. So then you just have to work around them. So I just have to constantly work around the inside of my knee here, but it's still going strong. All right, and the last technique is I just lift that foot up like this, and I sit back on that heel or the ground next to my heel, and I kind of just lean towards my left knee here. Be very careful, always keep your hands here, I got a hand back here, and I'm just gonna slowly lower myself. Careful with this right knee that's over here as well. The inside can be a little sensitive. Again, this is a little more advanced stuff. I'm just giving you guys, I guess maybe all the things today. Couldn't help myself. All right, let's do the other side. Okay, just start on your knees with your hands on the ground. Put that heel up there. Place that knee where you feel comfortable. Come up. what this is doing, like this, is giving your hips, it's a new position, and your hips are having to use all these different muscles to keep you stable. So this is really good for everybody, no matter 100% of people, especially if you're into sports, yoga, any kind of mobility exercises, any exercise at all, healthy lifestyle. You know, keeping your hips healthy into older age, of course, is amazing. So maybe you start shaking a little bit. That's okay. Come down. Okay. And now again, sitting back on that back heel, keeping that foot flat. Come down on the elbows maybe. You're stretching the inside of the groin here. Okay. Okay. So like you see me do, I kind of just from center, I'm just easing my body over towards this knee. Right here, just a little. Now I'm going to feel it differently. Okay, you're not bouncing into it, you're not doing the bouncing stretches. You know, if you've done it long enough, you can kind of do the, you know, you can kind of mess around with that. Because sometimes it's nice just to get a little, but for the most part, I don't do any bouncing. All right. Come back straight up if you want, otherwise just stay down. Okay, I'm gonna need a little extra stretch today. Okay, and then now, just the heel, pop that foot up. Careful with this left knee, this knee that's on the ground here. Use your hands. Keep those hands on the ground, just always. Okay, now I'm leaning towards my body, towards that foot, towards that right knee. Okay. Again, same thing. Posture straight up, nice and straight here, and then curl your body over. Nice and breathe. Nice big breath. You don't have to breathe big every time, but make sure you're breathing. That's the block. Okay. Just so you guys know, this is what I'm talking about. We have a little thing where you can do headstands, assisted headstands. So I use this thing a lot. Okay. So this is another little trick. So I'm just like really kind of sideways how I just was with the block. And so watch this. I'm going to just take my toes, kind of turn the foot over like on the top of my foot there. And like I'm doing a hip flexor now. I'm pushing my hip towards the floor. And then be very careful and go really slow. This is probably not recommended for any beginners or anybody that doesn't know. Just another little trick there. Giving away all my secrets. Now just going to a normal side splits. Okay. Toes pointing straight out, pulling the toes back towards your body just a little bit. All right, here's a little trick. Didn't do this for about 20 years. But that's what happens when you start watching YouTube videos. You get all kinds of tips and tricks from everybody that's doing X, Y, and Z, which is amazing. So what I want you to first do is just flex your quads. Okay, just flex the quads. Doesn't have to be all as hard as you can, just a nice half, 50% flex. Okay, and imagine that you're just, with your muscles, you want to push your feet even further into more of a splits. So I'm going to my quads, and I'm trying to, and it's like I'm pushing my hips forward and then my feet out with my muscles, okay? Kind of feels weird, but like imagine pushing your heels out further than they actually are. And you're kind of tighten your glutes and pushing yourself forward, okay? And the other thing is, imagine that you want to go up on, you want to sit up onto your hamstring muscles, the muscles in the back of your thighs here, underneath that you're sitting on. So it's like I'm going to lift my butt off the floor and onto my hamstrings. So I'm flexing my quads, pressing my knees into the ground, pressing my heels out further. Okay. Might not make sense right away, but just rewatch this or rewatch this section. Okay. And then relax. I hope you weren't holding it the whole time. But you want to just hold that for about a breath or two. So you want to, I'm going to do it again. So nice breath. Okay. And relax. 5, maybe no more than 10 seconds. Okay, and I like to, if you want to have a block or something, or pillows or something, or stack your fists. Okay, this is a nice resting place. Okay, there's the basic splits with the forward. Okay, you can do that. Let's do that maybe another time. So flex the hips or flex the quads again. Oh, and this is the other part. Palms up. Don't know why. Kind of keeps your posture. Again, you want that straight back posture when you do the flexing of the hips and everything else. That's the posture you want here. Lean forward. Okay, and relax. And now take that left hand up and over and reach towards that foot. Is my foot all blurry there? I got the camera settings all weird, don't I? I got it on movie settings, cinema, like I'm shooting a blockbuster movie here. Yeah, get that stretch. Woo! With a guitar in the background. I should have my Karate Kid headband on. Okay. Make sure you're not collapsing in your chest and open up that chest. I like to take this elbow and kind of press on the inside of my knee or thigh. Okay. Now I'll turn my whole frame towards one foot and go at and reach across with the opposite hand. Okay. No rhyme or reason here, just kind of going back and forth. This is becoming a long video, so I'm just gonna get through this pretty quick. All right, and now we do the Shavasana part. Okay, and you can lay with me here as long as you want. So scoot your butt up towards the wall. So my side of my hip is on the wall. Lay back, put your feet up, turn your body, and make sure your feet are clean. I don't want no dirty feet on my wall, boy. All right, just let them nice and naturally fall down. If this feels comfortable, just give yourself a little nudge. And you can sit right here. You can have a book, grab your phone, my phone which is too far away. Use the full sleep. I can't do it. So get a book or your phone and just maybe stay off your phone for just a minute and rest. You can take a nap here. When I was younger, I used to just fall asleep like this, or just sometimes I will do it for about 20 minutes. So you can go for a few minutes. You can start doing, just do more and more. You don't want to be doing it too long to start. Just do be really nice and easy on your inner knees here, the meniscus and the tendons and ligaments in your knee. Just start slow, start easy. Do 3, 4, 5 minutes to start. Maybe if you can do that. You don't even have to do that. If it's 2 minutes, whatever's too much is too much. And then just start to build it up after that. Hopefully you can start building up to 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And if you have really healthy knees and you're maybe younger, you can do that for a half hour or an hour. That's what we used to do when I was younger. That's how I had the full splits, sitting between chairs. Had my feet between chairs like Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme style. Yeah. So, sayonara, domo arigato, Catch you next time. Oh, don't you go yet. Unless you need to. And see you later. Happy trails. And see you next time. Subscribe and share and like and the other million things that people are doing. I probably don't even know. You probably know more than I do. So just do that, all those things. And we'll catch you later. Bye.